Hello there, this is Jesse Coffey. This is actually a retake of part 2 of my Disney/Buena Vista VHS collection. I originally did this in the other parts yesterday, but part 2 clocked in at a length that I thought was unsuitable for uploading to YouTube because I cannot upload a video longer than 15 minutes. Anyway, the reason why I'm going to lump tapes issued on the Walt Disney, Touchstone, Buena Vista, Hollywood Pictures, and Miramax labels into the same series of videos is because Disney used a consolidated numbering system for all of the titles that it issued over the years. Back in the 1980s, they just issued Walt Disney, Buena Vista, and Touchstone tapes. It was in 1990 that Disney formed Hollywood Pictures, and in 1993, Disney acquired the previously independent Miramax Film Corporation. Although Miramax had more independence than the other Disney labels, mainly when the now beleaguered Weinstein brothers were in charge of it, Mickey Mouse, or should I say Michael Eisner, still had the final say on any decision made by the firm. Of the other labels, Disney had been quietly winding down Touchstone for the past 11 years, while Hollywood Pictures was canned in 2001 and briefly revitalized between 2006 and 2007. In 2005, the Weinstein brothers resigned from Miramax in the midst of a dispute over the distribution rights to, namely, the Kevin Smith comedy Dogma, and more than recently, the Michael Moore documentary Fahrenheit 9/11. The Weinsteins would form what in their prime was known as the Weinstein Company. It's now known as Lantern Entertainment. Miramax was sold off in 2011 and is now in the hands of BN Media Group, the entertainment subsidiary of the controversial Arabic news network Al Jazeera. For this, if I know what previews are on it, I'll tell you. The first 2 cassettes in this part were acquired from eBay. One of them was a Black Diamond Walt Disney home videotape of Pinocchio from 1985. It was put in February 13th, 1986. There are copies with the Black Cauldron trailer at the start. This is not one of them. Not among them, I should say. Among them, rather. You know, sometimes I jumble up words that are in English. Then I got Baby Secret of Lost Legend. And that's the other one. It's the first tape you will see on the Touchstone label in this series of videos, until I can get the original 1984 VHS of Splash, which seems to be very difficult to find at a good price anywhere. Print date is very badly faded, but it is October 9th, 1985. This comes from Tully's Video Mart, this time in Springfield, Tennessee. I believe Tully's Video Mart was a statewide chain of stores. It would appear that they serve primarily the rural areas of the state. Although copies with the Walt Disney Home and U promo at the end have been reported, I have not determined the status of my tape having it. Next we have a tape I made myself. It's my science project. One of many science fiction films to come out in 1985, and in Sweden, titled as though it were a cross between Back to the Future and the original Ghostbusters. The front cover touts that the title theme is sung by a San Francisco-based new wave group called The Tubes. To date, their recording of the song can only be found on the soundtrack of this picture, which was issued by Entrada in 2014. I put a print date of March 27, 1986. And I put my own screen of death at the end. It begins with a preview for Down and Out Beverly Hills and ends with a Walt Disney and U promo. Next we have 3 tapes that are known to have dark red FBI warnings, along with a computer-animated turquoise to green slide and veteran Disney VHS announcer Grant Goodeve saying over it, "If you would like to own a video cassette of this program for your home library, ask your home video dealer about purchasing new or previously viewed tapes." You all know that this is the video dealer announcement. The first of these is a cassette I got in the mail from Wonderboy Video in Frederick, Maryland earlier this decade, the Black Diamond VHS of Sleeping Beauty from 1986. date is October 4th, 1986, which is exactly 12 years prior to my birth. October 4th is also the day on which the 1988, 1995, and 2005 VHS tapes of Cinderella all came out. The second of the trio is a late 80s reprint, a 1986 printing of the 127-minute print of the 1954 Walt Disney film 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. You may like to know that I once wrote the stock number on the label. And on this one, the Walt Disney Home Video logo and Sorcerer Mickey prints are far upward shifted than they would normally be. They're usually down here, but they're up here on this tape. In September, my science teacher invited me and my mother to screen this picture at the Fox Theater in Tucson, but the opera was turned out and the movie starting exactly an hour before Shabbat. I wish I could have had the chance to go. Well, actually, it was an hour and 23 minutes, but close enough. Third is a blank tape, the contents of which store the original VHS release of Ruthless People from 1986. Has all the trouble I went through to print the cover artwork for the tape. This is a great comedy film, the only film from the Zucker Abraham Zucker trio that isn't a parody. It's also only the second R-rated movie Disney ever released, given that, again, Disney owned Touchstone. Touchstone was a subsidiary of Disney. Print day on here is November 6, 1986, and that's a print day I put on the tape back in 2016 or so. This tape has previews for The Color of Money, which is Disney's third R-rated movie on account of it's a Touchstone film, and Tough Guys. Next we have A Dream Called Walt Disney World, 1981 travelogue, originally issued during the Neon Mickey era. This tape uses the Neon Mickey style packaging, and from there, we are back to the tapes that have the red-orange FBI warnings for a while. This was printed on the 108th day of 1988. Next we have, of course, Walt Disney's Immortal 1964 classic, Mary Poppins. Next tape is The Three Caballeros. This is the version where Walt Disney's is centered. Earlier prints, Walt Disney's was not centered. And manufactured on May 10th, 1992, and printed on May 12th of that year. I have to take the label back for a second. Right, next tape is Lady and the Tramp, the original 1987 Walt Disney Black Diamond Classics release. You may remember that my 1993 Dinosaurs, when I purchased it, came in this case, but I decided to put in a more nice type case that I had this in at one point when I got it. When I had it. Meanwhile, it's got to VHS here, Vita goes here, so case that rental stores use for big boxes back the tape. In fact, this came from the rental store, National Video, but I pay all the rental stickers. Next tape is there you go. This is one of the best films in the career of the late great Robin Williams, who got one of his first dramatic roles here as the late great Adrian Cronauer. Printing is August 9th, 1996. This tape has a preview for Three Men and a Baby, which was the lone preview on the original pressing. And is also the lone preview on this tape. We come now to a DuckTales tape. Daredevil Ducks. Not seeing either the original or the reboot of the show, though the latter looks like one of the more interesting things Disney's done lately. Now, this cassette lacks previews, and releases of Disney shows that weren't specifically made for tape often didn't have presents under the Sorcerer Mickey logo. Next one is Return to Snowy River. This cassette is previews for wiping and shipwrecked at the beginning, and was printed April 7th, 2000. I don't know why I almost said April 9th there. I just got distracted there. Next tape on Touchstone introduced Mac Miller's immortal rendition of Wind Beneath My Wings and It Is Beaches. From 1988, released a week after Ernest Saves Christmas, interestingly enough. Print date is, theatrically that is, print date is November 4th, 1996. This tape has previews for Cocktail, 3 Men and a Baby, and Big Business at the beginning. Next one is a Disney tape of The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, Newfound Friends. This has ads for other volumes of the series on the back, 3 other ones. Print date September 19, 1991, and notice how there's a space in Newfound on the print date area. Next tape is a Black Diamond Disney tape of The Little Mermaid. This is the banned cover version. Actually, this wasn't banned, it just went to the wall back in 1991. The only real controversy surrounding this ballot animation occurred in 1994, by which point the tape had been out of print for 3 years. Next, I have the original print of a film that has often been edited for video. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? And not only that, I have the original ad for this tape from the inside front cover of the October 21st, 1989 edition of Canadian TV Guide. It originally retailed for $29.95. No, $26.99, so just a retail price originally, but it was priced to own at $23.99. Not a bad offer. The rebate offer expired December 31st, 1989. Next, I have the original print of a film that was never edited for video, Bambi. This is part of the Walt Disney Classics series, obviously. The original Buena Vista logo is kept at the start. Well, actually, the original logo on this was the RTO and Neo Pictures one, but who cares? It's probably also taken from print that my mom had a Viewmaster reel of as a little girl. I think. Or it may have been a knockoff of Viewmaster, I don't know. Next, I have Gross Anatomy, released on Touchstone in 1990. I meant to check this film out for quite some time. This has the Gross Anatomy Just for Fun sweepstakes promo at the start. Next, tape is Star. Now, some may decry Disney for remaking old films now, but it seems remakes are inescapable at Disney. Case in point, this is the third iteration of the 1923 novel Stella Dallas, which had been made into 1925 and 1937 films by Samuel Goldwyn Productions, forerunner of Samuel Goldwyn Company, who co-produced this film with Touchstone. This has a custom label, manufactured on 176th day of 1990 and printed on July 19th of that year. And this was once rented out in Video Man, 1247 South Mary in Sunnyvale, California. The Two Little Kids Preschool stands at this location nowadays. I would now like to bring out 3 Pretty Women. I'll start with 2 copies of the original pink silkscreen label from 1990. This is the factory pressed one from America, and it was printed on August 21st, 1990. Here's my homemade Canadian copy. What happened was I found a blank tape inside this case at PDQ, an unlabeled one thereof, which had ASU footage on it. I felt ripped off on that front, so I decided to make my own Canadian copy using the next tape of the movie as a basis. And once I took out the recording tab of this tape, I never looked back. As a source, I used the surprisingly not copy-protected white ink label reprint from August 2nd, 1995. The reprint is so far the only tape I have with a Touchstone home video promo at the start. That'll do it for part